So guys, we've been last 2 weeks. I didn't have a video last week. Spending a lot of time on the Mustang, but I've also been busy buying things. You guys know that most of us YouTubers doing this stuff work alone. So this is the first thing I bought. Nice John Deere tractor, four-wheel drive, and the biggest reason I bought it, put a hitch on it. Now I can move cars, and there's a lot to move. Out here I bought a tow dolly, which I'm hooking up now with a winch. I will show you doing that in a little bit. By myself, pushing cars and moving cars, it's hard. I'm going to hook this up so I can move a car around the yard without fighting. We bought some parts. I got a nose with a motor and tranny in it for 62 to 64 Nova. I have a 62 Nova in the garage that needed that nose, so that's why we picked this thing up. Also have a newer Nova or Camaro subframe, came in the deal, and a narrowed rear. Not sure what that's going in yet, but the price was right and we bought it. I've been still sitting on Marketplace buying things. Another thing we just got, we'll take it outside in a little bit and get a better video of it. 71 Nova. Looks nice, but it's got a lot of chip and bubble and paint. We're gonna have to take this whole thing down to bare metal and start over. So somebody put a real pretty paint job on it, but they covered a lot of ugly. So we're gonna tear this thing apart and see what's underneath it and do this car. Now, I like, the restorations are good, don't get me wrong, I mean, but they pay the bills. I like doing the custom stuff, so that's that. Now, we're not done. And here we have a 72 Super Beetle. Again, you know, I search Marketplace, I see things I can afford and see things I think I can do something with. Plan on this is gonna put a S10 frame underneath it, and I'm gonna bring the back out and make it more like a sedan delivery. So, this is a project. And here is the S10 donor. Just pick this up. So we're gonna have to, this door don't close too good. Anyhow, and then I bought this 04 Silverado. Now plans for this is I have a 66 Chevy truck. I want to body swap it. So we'll take all this stuff off and put the 66 on. CRV, got a Camaro, and another Bug. So these are more projects. But, you know, we've been buying things, trying to get things going. And these are definitely a start. So as you can see, we've been pretty busy. A lot of stuff I want to do over the winter, so I'm getting everything in now. We've had a magnificent fall. I mean, today it's like close to 80 degrees in November. That's crazy. But hey, we're gonna take it. But I think we have enough things lined up. We can get through the winter, get some custom projects and some restorations done at the same time. Like I said, the restorations, they pay the bills. You know, you can get these things done, sell them, and keep building customs, and maybe sell some of those. I don't know yet. We're still, right now I don't have that many that I'm worried about selling any, so I'm waiting. But I mean, at some point I'm gonna have to. We all know that. So that's a kind of a quick rundown of what's been going on the last couple weeks. We're still blasting this Mustang. Hopefully today I can finish blasting it. And I'm gonna spend the whole day on it while it's still nice out. And yeah, then we'll start getting the Mustang finished up and start working on this Nova. So we got a lot more content coming. Stick around and hit that like, subscribe, notification. Keep up with the things I'm doing. And yeah, let's get back to work. Hi, and welcome to Mike's Custom Garage. Okay, today we're gonna finish welding the roof up and get this on a rotisserie. So what I've done, taken the hood and the fenders off. I've mounted the front bars for the rotisserie on the front. I still need to do the back, but I want to get the roof welded on first. So we're gonna weld up all the spot welds that go across the front and the back. And weld up along the quarter to the roof panel here, and then mount it on the rotisserie. The reason for that basically is I want to get everything done underneath, and any little spots that are left to come back and get, we're going to take care of and get all the welding on this done this week so that we can start getting the bodywork done. And say the whole engine bay needs to get blasted and painted, and underneath needs to get blasted and painted. So there's some more to do here. We're going to get this stuff welded. I'm going to do a lot of grinding today. We won't video the grinding because why bother? We'll show you when we're done. But, yeah, let's get some welding going on. We'll get this roof up there all done and get to work on this thing. Hey, guys. So it's been a pretty busy week. Not a lot of videoing, mostly grinding welds. Getting it ready to do some sandblasting. We pulled out the suspension, front and rear, and got all that out of the way so we can just get the blasting done. Once it's blasted, we'll come back and we'll finish off spots like this, and anything else that has a hole or a spot, you fix up in there a little bit, and anything that's left. But this video is probably going to be pretty short because most time is spent just taking things apart. Not a lot of real content. Taking the front and rear out is pretty basic stuff. We put it on the rotisserie. Wasn't sure quite how I was going to do that. What I ended up doing, last time I had the Mustang on the rotisserie, I used these two holes and they mounted into here. The problem with that is it was bottom heavy. So this time I mounted it up onto the perches, the springs where they mount, and welded it as far as to that, got it higher so that I can center it better and get it to roll a lot easier. So we're gonna get this thing flipped up on, we're gonna probably do that. So what we're gonna do is probably sandblast these areas in here first, and then we're gonna flip it up on its side and get underneath and get all inside of the engine bay done. See, we did a lot of grinding all the way around. All these little patches we put in before need to get cleaned up, and all the welds needed to get ground down smooth. So there's now a lot of blasting to do. So we're gonna get this thing blasted up, do the rest of the welding on this thing, and then start doing body work. So it's a slow step-by-step process, but it needs to be done. And sometimes it's, put the music on and get working. So let's set you up and we'll do some blasting. We're just in the amount of sand coming out right there. And now we're going to rotate it. Going to put the car up so I can get to the inside engine bay a little easier. So I take it nice and slow. Alright, and we're starting to blast now. I'm getting the engine bay done. This is a very time consuming process. I'd say this is a total of about 3 days of getting in, trying to get it all. Say the brown is obviously the primer, the black was undercoating. Some of the undercoating came off real easy, some of it not so easy. Say a lot of it I went back and I scraped it with a scraper and got it off. So as you can see, it's starting to get dark this day. We worked right up till we couldn't really see anymore. Then the next day we're back at it. Still keep going. Say with this time change we had, it really messes up that extra hour. It makes a big difference. We just slowly keep going back and forth, working over the areas, trying to get everything done. No real method to the madness, just doing what we gotta do. Come back, look, see a spot. The compressor really didn't keep up very well. So I'd work about 5 minutes of blasting, then let it rest, let the air build back up, and then go back to blasting. And it took, a lot longer doing it that way, but until I can get another compressor, it's just what's got to be done. Say the spot with the black, I just kind of hit it lightly, didn't worry about taking all of it off, so I make sure there's no rust in there. We get all the bottom parts done as far as I can see there, then we'll switch it back over and do the rest of it. Now here we are getting the outer wheelhouses done. Well, actually the inner wheelhouse is done. And the rockers, get all those cleaned up. They have rust on the ends, but the mills look pretty good. So we're just going to repair them. And we're going to get, once this side's done, I'm going to flip it over to the other side. I didn't video the other side. There really was no point in it. It's pretty much the same as this. That primer right there on that apron I replaced took so long to get off. That stuff was so hard. But we took most of it off. Well, it's blasted. There was a lot to it. Took quite a while. 2 or 3 solid good days. Biggest problem I had was the compressor couldn't handle making that much air. This little sandblaster uses a lot of air. I'm probably gonna have to do is buy another compressor if I'm gonna be doing more blasting, because it just died out. You get about 5 minutes of blast and you have to wait 10 minutes for it to charge back up again. So I blast a little bit, let it sit, and come back and blast a little more. So there you have it. The bottom's done. The inner wheelhouses are done, and the engine bay is done. So it's good enough. What we'll do now is we're gonna go back over and clean up all the spots that need to get done. We gotta fix the rockers. There's a little bit of rust on the end of the rockers, and there's the spots here where the outer panel didn't quite meet the inner panel. We'll put a piece in here and fill all this in and get some paint on this thing. So it's not terrible. Say we got all this, we got to weld where I lapped the floor right here. There's a 3/4 inch overlap. I welded the inside. I'm going to weld the outside also. That should seal it up pretty good, keep it strong. So there's a little welding to do now. We're going to clean up. We're going to blow this thing off really well, bring it back in the shop, and do the finish welding on it. And then maybe, another week or so, we get some primer or some paint on the bottom of all this, and the engine bay painted. And then we're going to get to work on it. Get the inside of the body done and get the outside all body work done. And we got to make sure the doors fit the quarters and the fenders fit the doors and all that fun stuff. That's still to come. So this is the end of the video here for this week. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, notifications, leave comments. I appreciate them all. And we'll catch you on the next one.